We're back with Today Food. This morning, we are in for a treat. Not only is Harry back, doing a cooking segment with me. Yay. Erin French is here. She's a legend, isn't she?
For sure, at least a legend. A culinary mastermind from Freedom, Maine. Erin has built a restaurant so popular, you have to mail in a postcard and get picked in a lottery.
In a lottery.
To get a reservation, right?
It's called The Lost Kitchen. Erin also stars in a Magnolia Network show by the same name. Hi, Erin. It's so nice to meet you.
Good morning.
Well, Harry made us all fall in love with you when he did that story on you a little bit earlier this year.
Yes, when he came to Freedom.
And I told you right before, during the commercial, I didn't think I could be excited about squash.
Oh, okay. Well, we can change your mind because if you like donuts, then you'll like this.
I like donuts, guys. Donut squash.
I want to tell you,
You're already into it.
it's crunchy, it's insane. Go, SG, you're going to love it.
Okay. All right, so we're making these squash rings, and yes, Harry, you're right on it. You just want to, delicata squash is great. You can cut them into these little rings. You're going to seed them. If you can't find delicata, another good one would be butternut, and you could just use a donut cutter. And
Which one is delicata there?
Delicata is here, and then your butternut here. So you have a couple.
But how do you get your seeds out?
You just use your spoon, Harry. You can get right in there, and don't be shy and take them out. The great thing about delicata is that the skin is actually edible. So it's tender, it's edible. You can roast it just like this.
Oh, it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice.
What you want to do is just drizzle it with a little olive oil, lots of good salt, and then pepper, and then a little bit of fresh nutmeg. So you just want to grate that. That's like the taste of fall. So that goes in the oven.
How long?
Until it's done, about 25 minutes or so.
Okay,
It's pretty easy. So you pop it in the oven, it's done. Then we're going to make this salad. We're basically stuffing this. So we have pears here. And you can use a mandolin, but if you're scared of a mandolin, a good old knife works. It's okay.
I'm scared of all sharp objects.
Don't be afraid. It's pretty simple.
I opened a finger with a mandolin.
Yeah, I've got a few stars to show you too. So all this is just some fine cut pears, and then in the bowl we have some nice salty feta cheese. There are some dried cherries. You can use cranberries if you want. You could use apple if you want.
Okay.
Really? You can add sub apple in there?
Make it your
I like
own.
the spice from the pear.
Make it your own. It's
Right?
whatever it is. So nice fall flavors.
What's the magic?
This is my secret sauce, and I think I told you about this when you came to Maine. We made this. So this is my secret sauce, which is shallots and rice wine vinegar.
So that's it?
And a little olive oil. But the rice wine vinegar is a little sweet. You macerate the shallots so they get soft.
Total
You
game
didn't
changer.
pour the whole thing in there, though.
Well,
No.
you kind of just
Okay, you just eyeball it.
You macerate the shallots?
macerate the shallots.
How does one macerate a shallot?
You just add a little acid to it. It softens it. It brings out the flavor. It just makes things not so just oniony in your face. It's just sweetness.
Oh, awesome.
So the next thing we do over here is we're going to fry the squash. And this is really simple. Harry, I'm going to have you make the tempura, which is just a bit of flour.
Right.
You're going to whisk this in, and it's just a bit of club soda. So super, super, super simple. And then what you do is you have the squash here, the squash rings. We just dredge them in a little flour. And then once Harry makes this up, we're just going to get these
Close
right in the
enough.
fry.
What should it look like? Like sort of a
Like,
doughy looking
like a pancake
thing?
batter.
Okay,
Yeah, like a pancake batter.
Okay.
So you're just going to get these dredged up, and then we're just going to drop them right in the fryer.
Okay, look, I'm
So we get them
standing
fried.
clear. Wow.
I love anything in a fryer later. You don't have to fry this. If you don't want to go through the mess,
What would you do then?
you could just serve it roasted, and it's fine.
Okay.
Fry it. Yes,
Oh,
not fried.
But if we want donuts, we want fried.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You need to go fried. So I grew up in a diner, so give me anything fried.
Yes.
And I'm in. So just kind of just cooking them until they're nice and toasty brown. They'll come out and they'll be beautiful, and they end up.
So this is what we get, our finished
Guys, I want to watch
You
you.
just put the beautiful salad right inside
Wait,
it.
please.
Tuck the
Here.
salad
Okay.
inside, and
Here, you need a
then
knife.
top it
Here.
with a little bit
Peanuts.
of these.
So before we go to the
hazelnuts.
pie, can I just say, Finding Freedom, the book, unbelievable read.
okay.
That's what we talked about last
We
April.
did, we
And
did.
there
We
it is
talked
right
about
there.
Harry, try a bite.
If you're looking for a Christmas gift, get one of those.
Yeah.
You'll and lots of
Oh
Kleenex.
my gosh,
I
stop it
told
right
you.
now.
Let's
Let's
try
get
it.
out of here.
Harry, try it. You're
No,
gonna
it's
die.
so good.
Delicata
You
squash
can
is the
serve
best
this
squash.
just as like simple, serve it up like this, individual, or if you want to make like, put it on a platter, you can serve this as
So good.
That is
side dish.
beautiful.
Is there an extra one over there?
Okay.
Wait, there's more.
Pie. We have
Pie.
pie.
Watch pie.
You have to finish with pie, and this is my mom used to make this, and it is like pumpkin pie meets cumulus cloud. It's like fluffy. What?
Donuts, clouds, and all the
Yeah.
sweet
So yummy.
It's very
So
simple.
what'd you do?
You pre-made pie crust, and then you just make. This is all the flavorings of your typical pumpkin pie, and then the difference is you add a little gelatin to this, and you don't have
Gelatin.
To bake it. You don't have to bake it, and it's use the egg whites, and then you just let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. It's ready to go the next day. It sets up. and you have this beautiful pie.
Wow, when we get in
Try
here.
it. Get in there.
You just top it.
Quick question.
Cool Whip?
Whipped cream.
What's your pie crust secret?
Okay, pie crust secret, lots of butter. Cold butter.
That's delicious. But wait, is that squash? I'm so confused.
So this is squash. So I make this with just roasted squash and make a puree. I mean, you're going to make puree for...
Wait a minute.
Squash.
Savannah.
So yummy.
That look on your face, are you a squash
I love
convert?
squash. I'm team squash.
We got
No,
squash
so
in two
Erin,
ways.
you use the pumpkin spices, but squash.
I roast squash. If you want to make it your own, but guess what? You can also use a good can of one pie if
There you go.
need to.
Okay.
Erin, this, I gotta say, this is a
Delicious.
10 plus plus.
Yeah,
Right.
this pie.
Everything.
You sold us on squash.
Light
If
as
you want to
air.
get these recipes, go to today.com/food or send a postcard to Erin. That's the only way to get to the Lost
my
Kitchen.
God.
Except for you can watch it on Discovery Plus. Thank you, Erin.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Come
Thank
back.
you.
We're back, 8:51 with our series Today Table, sponsored by Walmart. Joining us this morning to share some of her favorite summer-inspired recipes, Erin French, chef, owner of the Lost Kitchen restaurant in Freedom, Maine, the star of the Lost Kitchen on Magnolia Network. To cook these dishes couldn't be easier, folks. Scan the QR code to order all the ingredients with one click. Select add ingredients to cart, then schedule a pickup or delivery. Erin, clearly the table is all...
Stop it.
Yeah.
So delicious.
So
What's happening?
you've become quite the Today Show favorite pretty quickly.
Hey, it's easy with fried chicken.
Because here's the thing, the bar with fried chicken for a lot of folks is pretty high. This looks amazing. So walk us through the first step.
So the secret to this, so this is a fennel fried chicken, which is just a little bit of a different twist on things. So it starts with the brine, and that's the real secret. So a brine is just going to add flavor. It's going to keep it juicy. So we just brine this overnight. It's got some fennel seed. It's got some black pepper, some bay leaves, some sugar. And then we cook it in the brine just to sort of...
cook it in the
cook
brine?
it in the brine. You let it sit overnight, and then you cook it.
Okay.
Just because you don't want to get that raw fried chicken
All
when
right.
you're kind of moving along here. So it's already cooked, so you don't have to freak out. So you've got this all flavorful and ready to go.
right.
And then all you have to do is dredge and fry it. So, Craig, if you just want to add in, this is some ground fennel. You
More
can just
fennel, okay.
Whisk it right in,
All right.
and that'll make it nice and flavorful.
And this is just regular flour here?
regular flour.
Okay.
And then we're going to start to dredge. So
And you use the whole chicken?
we use the whole chicken, so
right.
you can have your butcher break it down into about 8 to 10 pieces, and then you can just dredge it in the flour and the fennel, a little bit of buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
So we just keep adding flavors, you can
Okay.
see. And then we go down to this mixture, and this is just ground cornflakes. I just broke them up.
That's
in a-
it.
I wondered if it
That's
was
it.
oats or something. It's so crunchy.
That's the secret, and it's really cheap cornflakes. That's really
That's
the secret.
it.
Cheap cornflakes, a little bit of cornstarch, and a little bit of flour, and that's
Okay.
it. So it's nice and dredged, and then we can just drop it right in the fryer. If you don't have a fryer, you can put it in a Dutch oven with 375 degrees.
And you make a really good point about not overcrowding the fryer.
You never want to overcrowd the fryer because then you're bringing the temperature down. And if you want crispy fried chicken,
Yeah.
you have to keep that temp up. So it comes out. Look at it. It's perfect. And then
so good.
So good.
It's so good.
So-
It's light. This is the lightest fried chicken.
so juicy.
And what are you
then
topping that with?
I'm just sprinkling some fennel pollen on top
The
for a little
fennel
extra
is like,
flavor.
I mean, that's the kicker. It's so good.
And it's not overpowering. It's like a subtle little flavor throughout.
What is it about the fennel, Erin, that you like so much?
I just like that little extra flavor. It's not just plain fried chicken, a little fennel, and it tastes kind of summery.
Taste it.
But then you add this other sauce, and this makes it even more delicious.
It
so
does.
I love rhubarb. I'm crazy about rhubarb.
Okay.
So rhubarb, a little sugar, a little vinegar, and then we add in some strawberries. So you have a strawberry rhubarb, sweet and sour, that goes with your fried chicken.
And that's what you top it with?
That's what you top it with.
Oh, my
You could
gosh.
also put it on
Some
shortcake and make it dessert.
Shortcake.
It tastes so good.
Edible flowers.
And to go with your fried chicken?
This is
You
delightful.
got to finish with a lemonade. So this is just
You
a
keep
Thai
talking.
basil
I'm gonna eat the
lemonade.
chicken.
Thai basil lemonade. You just make a simple syrup, throw
you gotta
in
get
the
that
Thai
sauce,
basil.
too.
Get the sauce.
I don't
Get
need
the
the sauce.
sauce.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that's what
even
you
need it.
think
Try the
until you
sauce.
taste the sauce.
Wait, what is that base that you just put in there?
Thai basil lemonade.
That's what it is.
Just top this in, and it's delicious, and
It's
it's just a little
basil.
bit different. Yes,
Erin,
basil.
this is
Ridiculous.
beyond.
And
lemonade
my
as
mother's
well.
fried chicken is wow. So this is on the
Don't
menu
tell
at
her
the
you tried
restaurant?
this because
No, she's not watching. This is on the menu.
This is not on the menu, but maybe it should be on the menu.
should
This is
be.
like-
It
this
should
be
definitely
everyone's
be on the menu.
Wait, basil
Before-
lemonade. Who knew?
Before we came on, I said, Erin, you've got to open another restaurant in New
what
York
did I
City,
say?
maybe in Connecticut. And what was your response?
No way.
Oh, not no way.
She said, and why did you, I think it's fascinating why you said no way.
Because there's just no way. One restaurant I feel like is enough. I feel like I have 4 children right
50,000
now.
requests a year.
About
And she's only open
50,000
for like 6 months. But what you said was, I'm in it for the love. not for the money.
Aww.
So that's another reason.
We can taste the love.
Yeah.
Erin French, thank you. Erin's going to come back in the third hour. We're going to make the fried chicken all over again. No, I'm kidding. We're going to make something else. By the way, to buy these ingredients and these recipes and more from our sponsor, Walmart, scan the QR code, or you can do the old-fashioned way, today.com/todaytable. Just so you know, Today earns a commission from our purchases through our links. Fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Happy
Cheers,
solstice.
Happy solstice. Cheers to Erin.
Cheers.
We're back after your local news, weather, and these messages.
Oh, my goodness. It's so good. So good.
I would have thought
We're back now with our series Today Table, sponsored by Walmart. And this morning we are making 2 recipes that are perfect if you're having a picnic.
So here to help is Erin French, chef and owner of the Lost Kitchen restaurant in Freedom, Maine, and star of the Lost Kitchen on Magnolia Network. To cook along with us, just scan the QR code. It's on your screen. You can order all the ingredients with just one click. Select add ingredients to the cart and then schedule a pickup or delivery.
Boom.
Got that out of the way. Let's cook.
Here we
Erin.
go.
So excited to have more of your food.
Yes, so we are making a bread salad, and usually this sort of panzanella would be with tomatoes and cucumbers and very summery, but I thought it would be really fun if we made it different and we had a peach and blackberry. So that's the twist on this one. So first we start with this vinaigrette, and this is just my magic sauce, which is just shallots macerated in a rice wine vinegar. So we just whisk in this olive oil and make this delicious dressing.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So we make that, and then we're going to toast these breadcrumbs. So this is just toasting up some bread, and you want to get it nice and crispy, which I know sounds funny, but it's going to soak up all this dressing and be like crispy.
What
and
kind
juicy.
of bread? It doesn't matter.
You could do old French bread. You could do ciabatta, anything like that that has a little bit of a crust on it.
So once it's nice and toasted.
Once it's nice and toasted, you've got all that, and then we've got these wedges of peach, nice ripe peach and cucumber. So we just toss that right in.
Okay.
And then Craig, if you want to go ahead, you can add the dressing in here.
These are things I'd never think to mix, I have to be honest with you.
It's a little different. It's a little different.
Did you whisk that together?
I did. Thank you.
So Craig, go ahead and
There's one
toss it.
chef here, Dylan. One chef.
A lot of
I
cooks
was
in the
just
kitchen
making sure
right now.
you didn't ruin the salad.
So give that a nice toss, and what you want to do is get all that dressing, just soaking up all that goodness in there, and then that's going to just infuse all this flavor. And it's a great packable one because you can pack it and it absorbs more flavor. We've got tarragon and fresh basil and mint, so any delicious herbs you can find, and then we top it with blackberries.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got the blackberries here. So here are the blackberries.
I love this idea.
Toss it together. You have this fruit
You gave
bread
us fried
salad.
chicken earlier this morning, and now this. This is amazing. Wait,
Soaked
Craig,
right
stop
up.
stirring and
So
try.
fresh and delicious.
Thank you.
Try one out. Try one out. You're going to love it.
When she tells me to like toss,
Yeah, I'm like, you got to
Follow the
try
rules,
it.
yes.
Okay.
it's perfect because
So while I'm eating my
my God.
lunch, we're going to make dessert.
Yeah, really.
Yes. So we're going to make a panna cotta, but
Oh,
this
that is
one is
good.
a little different. Isn't it good?
I wasn't
Soak up
expecting
all
that.
that. It packs really
So good. Okay.
So panna cotta, just some cream and a little bit of sugar, and you just bring it to a simmer. You don't want to let it boil, and you're going to add in some vanilla beans. So that's going to give you all the flavoring here. So whisk that together. That's going to simmer, and then you add your gelatin. I like to use these gelatin sheets, and
Where can you find those?
You can get these on the store, or you can just get them online. You could
Okay.
also just use regular powdered gelatin if you can't find
heard
that.
of
but-
gelatin sheets.
So they're simple. You just bloom them in some ice water, and then you
look
get
at
this
that.
softened gelatin, and you just squeeze it out,
Okay.
and you're just going to add it in.
Put it in there?
here, and then
I've
you
never
just
seen
whisk
that
it
in my
together.
entire
Me
life.
neither.
Melt down?
It melts down and whisks together, and this is what's going to bind it and let the custard actually set.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's the trick with that. And then what you'll
You
do...
have to cool it down?
You want to cool it down.
Cool
and
it
after you
down.
cool it down, add a bit of rose water. So the rose water is going to be the unique flavor here. So it's panna cotta with rose. Go
I
ahead.
don't want to stop eating.
I know. We're like, oh, man, we got to put one down.
I'm going to save that for later.
Yeah.
These just set. You put them in the refrigerator. You can make them the night before, and it's just an easy dessert.
Is rose water something you can find in a grocery
You
store?
can find it at the grocery store, and you can also easily order it online.
This
It has
is,
a little rose flavor.
this might be the best thing I've ever tasted.
Oh, my goodness.
Fresh berries, honey. You can put a screw on the top,
you said that
pack
about
it,
the
and take
fried
it away.
chicken last
No, but I changed my mind. Now it's this.
Well, I never thought of rose water in food, I guess.
It's a nice ending, and it kind of is a little bit of a surprise. You get that.
We're like this.
Anything with flowers.
Do we have words? No.
anything
It
with
just
flowers?
feels fancy. Erin, thank you so
No, this
much.
really does taste
I don't think I've ever
Look how
eaten
Craig
everything.
on the spoon, like you're just having a good time.
I've never eaten anything this fancy in my life. All right, you can buy all these ingredients in this recipe. So if you were wondering where to get any of this,
so we've been eating garbage.
It's all from our sponsor, Walmart.
It must be great to be
QR
you.
code. Go to today.com/todaytable. And just so you know, Today earns a commission from purchases through the QR code or links on today.com.
Will you have us on your Magnolia show? Just to eat. We'll just come and eat.
Eat more flowers. You
This
can
is so delicious.
I like want to share with
right back.
We'll be right back.
Let's see everybody.
Ooh, very good.
Oh my God.